Long ago in the Ice Age, 7-year-old Pickel, while lying on his back in the snow, looked up at the clear blue sky and was startled when he noticed unexplained shapes that appeared to be moving up there. "What's that?" he yelled. Lila, his cave artist mother, was burning wood to make black charcoal to draw with, and this made her jump. "I don't see anything," Lila said. "What do they look like?" "Moving dots, squiggly lines, lines like worms that move and cross in little V's," Pickle shouted. "Oh, those are floaters inside your eyes, and they are a gift from the spirit world. I often paint them on the cave walls with my drawings of animals. Here, I'll show you." They walked over to the cave and looked at the wall. "Do they look kind of like these?" Lila asked. "Yes," Pickle said. "Then draw what you saw with the end of this little burnt stick so we can remember them." Pickle was happy to help his mother, and they drew what they'd seen floating across the clear blue sky. That winter, Lila and Pickle knew a blizzard was coming, and so they decided to move their warm caribou fur tent and soft bed into the Cave of Wonders. They knew from their hunting friends that no cave bears were hibernating in the cave, and because it was a deep cave, it was warm and had running water, even on the coldest days. Lila set up their willow pole tent and brought out some delicious dried muskox meat and wild strawberries. They had an animal fat lamp for light and heat at night. Pickle danced happily with his shadow and looked for the handprint they had made earlier in the year on his birthday. "There it is," Pickle shouted, "and a dot for each year and to show how tall I am." In a private moment, Pickle took the spinner from around his neck with the picture of his old ibex friend, Lucky, and spun it to make him move his legs and run. Pickle was glad for the happy memory. Lila and Pickle decided they would add a picture of Lucky to the other paintings of the animals in the Cave of Wonders. It was a good way to while away the time during the blizzard. Pickle asked Lila, "How do you know if a blizzard is coming?" "Oh, that's easy," Lila answered. "At night the northern lights turn red, the stars twinkle more than usual, and the moon has a ring around it. During the day the sun also has a ring. A red sky in the morning means the weather will worsen. The high clouds look wispy or will scatter and come from the west. The high clouds sometimes stack up and look flat. Just a few hours before the blizzard, the clouds will become very dark and heavy. You want to watch the wind direction, strength, and frequency. And the animals also know. The caribou act crazy, turn in circles, and then face into the wind. Seabirds fly closer to the shore. Seals climb out of the water and go to higher ground. White foxes and lemmings burrow and save food. Sometimes there is even an absence of sound and a big silence, and the snow can look different, more sparkly. "Grandpa!" "Hello, Pickle. How are you?" "Good, Grandpa. How was your hunting trip?" "Very good. I got a big caribou and some yellow ochre clay for your mother's paintings. Where is she?" "She is sewing in the tent. We're nearly out of animal fat for the lamp." "Oh, I have lots of that in the sled. Help me get the caribou hide out. It will make a good blanket for you. We're going to need to scrape the back of it." "I've got my hide scraper in the tent. Did you get any antlers this time?" "Oh, did I get antlers? Take a look at these. They're so big you can get a lot of spear points and spear throwers out of those." "I brought you some soapstone to carve your little animals and spinners out of." "Oh, thank you, Grandpa. I'm going to try and make a little rhino this time." Do you remember what they looked like crossing the river last summer? Oh, yes, they were big and scary. Well, they don't see that well, but they're good at smelling, so you want to keep your distance and stay downwind from where they are. Help me unload the sled now. Okay, Grandpa. Grandpa and Pickle went into the Cave of Wonders to find Pickle's mother. Hello, Lila, what are you making? Grandpa asked. Oh, I'm weaving some grass mats that we can sit and sleep on. I think I'm going to dye them red with some madder roots and ground up bugs and leaves that I've been saving. Pickle, please take your fur boots off. I don't want them to get dirty and muddy and have to sew them back together again. Okay, Mother Pickle responded. Then Grandpa looked up and said, When I was your age, we'd walk on our heels to keep our toes up in the air and keep them clean, clean, clean. And then they all laughed. Grandpa, can you tell us about your hunt? Pickle said. Oh, it was a wonderful hunt. Bring that lamp closer and I'll tell you the story. I found the caribou herd's tracks 3 days ago, before the blizzard, and tried to coax them over to the cliff on the river by chanting, drumming, and twirling my noisy bull roarer. Then I got up close, and a big gray and white one with large antlers indicated to me that he was willing to sacrifice himself so we could have food, heat, and warm clothing. I thanked him, and the dart from my spear thrower flew straight. Lila then said, I will paint his picture on the cave wall to remember him. Let's scrape the cave walls white tonight and dance to celebrate. Pickle, would you find my black willow charcoal sticks, the red ochre crayons, and the white moon milk paste? Grandpa said, I'll play the bird bone flute, whistle, and drum, and you can clap your hands and stomp your feet. So his spirit will know we are very happy. Then Pickle asked, Can we have some more snow and fat caribou ice cream? Lila said, Yes, Pickle, and Pickle said, This will be fun. Pickle looked up, and by the light of the stone lamp he could see two little yellow eyes looking in at them from the entrance of the cave. Without thinking, he jumped up and snatched him up. He was a very bedraggled, shaking, and tired-looking little cave lion cub. Oh, he must have gotten lost in the blizzard, Pickle said. Grandpa quickly grabbed his spear and went to the entrance, but there was no sign of the lion cub's mother anywhere, and only one set of tracks in the snow. He must have gotten separated from his mother. We will feed him and let him warm up, but we will have to give him back if his mother shows up, Grandpa remarked. Pickle and Lila were busily warming up, feeding, and petting their new little friend when Lila asked, What should we call him, Pickle? Pickle thought about it for a while and then said, I know, we'll call him Blizzard. That's a good name, Grandpa said. Pickle, Blizzard, Lila, and Grandpa stayed in the cave overnight, and then went down to watch the mammoths and the woolly rhinos crossing the river in the nearby valley, and they looked for Blizzard's mother.